Today, we're going to test 2 easy upgrades to reduce blowback when you are shooting suppressed. This is the Breek Arms Sledgehammer charging handle. They claim there are 5 unique gas-busting features built into the design of this, and we will see. This is the KAK Industry K-Spec down vent dual ejector bolt carrier group. They claim this significantly reduces gas back out the ejection port and reduces the sound signature of your suppressed AR-15 by up to 3 decibels. Come with me and let's explore how making each of these changes affects the overall system of my AR-15. Fail. All right, so. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is fire a control group. I'm using PMC 223 55 grain for this entire test. And I want you to see the setup that we have here. We have these photography lights set up in an attempt to showcase the gas that's gonna come out of first the charging handle area and then ultimately the ejection port. So the idea here is this is not an entirely scientific test, but we are hoping to somehow show the difference in gas. I don't know if this is gonna work. I am not a backyard scientist, so if it doesn't work, I will own it when we get to the end. But the idea here is that hopefully we can visibly notice the difference. If not, hopefully we'll at least feel the difference in blowback by the time this is all said and done. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is fire 3 shots as a control group, just to kind of show where the rifle's starting out. Fail. Just kidding. This is the Breek Arms Sledgehammer. You can see I have it installed. I didn't show you that so that YouTube doesn't go ahead and banhammer me. Breek claims that this patent-pending charging handle has 5 separate features that are engineered to redirect gas blowback. I'm not gonna point them all out to you, but basically they say there's a higher raised shelf at the rear of the upper receiver to block gas from getting into the shooter's face. They have an innovative keyway cutout to prevent gas from flowing over the rear shelf. They have an internal baffling system inside the stem, and they have a back pressure port and aggressive relief cuts on the top and bottom to direct gases away from your face. And it's available in 4 cool colors. I got gray to complement my build. I met these guys at the NRA annual meeting. Super good dudes, really had a great time talking to them, getting to understand the ideas that they implemented here, and I was excited to buy one of these and give her a run. All right, we're gonna try out the Breek Arms Sledgehammer charging handle. The attempt here is to document if this is going to have less gas out the charging handle port there. My head is kind of in the way, so I'm going to actually shoot this awkwardly so that you can see that without my shadow being there. But if you like learning new things on YouTube, go ahead and like this video and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. It'd be a super cool way to show me that you enjoyed this content. And if you want to drop a comment below and guess if you think this is going to make a difference, that would be so cool. All right, we are on the target. All right, what do you think? Did that make a difference? I have literally no idea, but let's swap out the charging handle, bolt carrier group, and see what happens then. All right, so I've got the KAK Industry K-Spec down vent bolt carrier group installed. This has a down vent, so the vents are actually pointing down into the magazine well. I know some of you are about to tell me that's going to cause failures because it's going to gum up my magazine. KAK claims that is not going to happen. We will see if it does. I'm pretty interested to know myself, frankly. So in addition to reducing gas out the ejection port, KAK also claims that because the ejectors are pointing down, that it will reduce noise out the ejection port by up to 3 decibels. If you're familiar with sound suppression at all, 3 decibels is quite a bit, especially on an already suppressed setup. So we're going to attempt to see if this actually makes a difference. So I'm not going to try to be all scientific and say that my little, lapel microphone is going to tell you the details. I'm just going to shoot it without ears on and say if it sounds quieter or not. But primarily, we're interested to see visually if we can see that gas difference. It'll be not coming out the ejection port like it is right now. All right, we're gonna do 3 shots with the KAK down vent bulk carrier group. We'll see what happens. I have no idea if this is gonna mess with my adjustable gas block settings or anything like that, or if that will need to be adjusted, but I've got all my tools here to do so if it does. Yeah. That part helps. As far as noise reduction goes, I didn't specifically notice a difference. That being said, I'm not going to say it doesn't make a difference because I literally read the document that KAK put out showing where they actually measured this all correctly. This 14.5-inch pin setup is definitely at the edge of hearing safe, shooting 5.56 through a 30 caliber can. Sorry, in this case it's 2.23, but it still is very close to the edge. Definitely wouldn't do it all day without ears, but as it is right now, a couple shots isn't gonna kill anything. Probably it is quieter. If I ever get a chance to put this on a sound meter, maybe we could throw the other bolt back in and see how it goes. As far as the gas, I kind of let this run on some B-roll so you could see there was still plenty of gas escaping. I don't think that means these things do or don't work, but I am curious to show you. You tap on those. Bullets are a little cluttered up with carbon, not too bad. So needless to say, probably this is helpful. I want to shoot it some more, and we're gonna pull it off the bipod for that, or tripod, and just see what it's like when I actually just shoot it and don't just, be all Mr. Scientific-y testing, all right? All right. So,
real quick, if you're interested in content like this or social media management, website development, SEO, even paid advertising, and you're in the firearms, hunting, or outdoors industry, head on over to cootsagency.com and check out all the things that my agency can do for your business.
All right, so the Breek Arms Sledgehammer and KAK Industry K-Spec bolt carrier group. Overall, I think these made a difference, but I'm gonna have to shoot this setup a bunch more to know for sure if I like them better. Certainly there is a performance difference. I'm curious to see what happens when I just shoot it a bunch, maybe at a class, or if we just get a longer range day where we could just have some fun with the rifle. Nothing about this change makes me think these won't work well. If you're trying to reduce gas, I might play around with it some more and just see if a control group of more than 3 would make a difference, but I don't want to do anything more at this point because I want to get back to my house and review the footage and see if I can visibly notice a difference. And then I will kind of put a bow on this. So you should see me in my office in just a second telling you what I feel after I review the footage.
All right, did the Breek Arms Sledgehammer and KAK Industries down vent bolt carrier group make a difference with the gas coming back out of my AR-15? Honestly, I don't know. When I looked at the footage, it was pretty clear that there was more gas escaping out of the entire unit than after I put these in than when I started. What I don't know is with a gas redirecting bolt, if that makes a difference, like where maybe my test was flawed from the beginning, where obviously it's going to come out, but come out more slowly and off to the side instead of straight back in my face. When I was shooting, I didn't notice any difference. But when we stood around afterwards and we even took some B-roll of this, we could see gas just kind of like pouring out, of the charging handle in the vent hole that they have here. And then also just between my receivers, which it makes me think that probably a better fitting AR would probably hold all the gas in better anyway. One thing I will say for sure about the test is I wish we had not moved the camera when we tested the K-Spec bolt carrier group. We should have left it in the same spot and gotten the same angle on all 3 things. One thing that I could see for sure though was that there's clearly a lot more gas going down with the down vent, which of course makes logical sense. There's still some coming out of the ejection port, of course, course, but it is less than it was before I swapped the bolt. But I should have left that camera exactly in the same place. So at the end of the day, I will keep this built this way, and I'll keep running it this way. Maybe with more use, it'll be more apparent to me whether or not it's working better. Not that it wasn't working well before, but I like both these companies and I want to test their stuff out. So if you have any thoughts or questions, drop them below. I'm interested in feedback from people who know more than me. I've been pretty honest, like I'm getting into this world of trying these things, and I, at some level don't know, what I'm doing like I wish that I did. And the way that you get there, of course, is by trying things out and learning. So if you can educate me, please feel free to do so. I would love, love, love that. Both of these ran really well. I had no issues installing either of them, and they performed great. So I'll continue using this rifle, and maybe we'll see a future update on, how exactly it's, running in after I put thousands of rounds through it, and if I still like the setup the way that it is right now. Only other comment that comes to mind is, KAK says this down vent system will reduce noise at the ejection port by 3 decibels. The human ear is supposed to be able to perceive 3 decibels. We could not tell a difference when we shot that it was any quieter, but don't take my word for it. They have data that's actually been sound metered correctly, showing that it is in fact quieter. I believe it to be so. I was just kind of hoping because it was 3 decibels, we would actually be able to hear the difference. Even when I played the videos back, I couldn't tell a difference, but we're not using the type of microphone that really is going to maximize the quality of the audio in a way where you would be able to tell. So I have no reason to think that that is not true. This entire setup is comfortable to shoot without ear pro in, for repeated rounds. It's not a big deal at all. And I'm positive that bolt carrier group helped it be as comfortable as it could be. So big shout out to KAK and Breek Arms. I did buy the products from both those companies, just to be totally clear, but I really appreciate the quality of their products and the way they performed. And hopefully I'll have a follow-up video for you guys in the future with definitive thoughts once I've run a lot of rounds through this. Thanks so much for watching, and if you haven't, please like and subscribe.